Greetings, Dragon Ball fans, and welcome to a new What If series suggested by Flame and Ice, where Piccolo Jr. fails in his saving throw and ends up following an altogether darker path. Here, we will set Earth's own Big Green, henceforth known simply as Piccolo, because reasons, firmly in the mold of his father, Piccolo Daimao. He seeks power and domination, but since he is no longer Dragon Clan, he cannot produce any eggs to build his army. As fate would have it, though, he may just find a suitable surrogate child to raise as his own. Where once Son Goku had said to Piccolo that he didn't want to lose an archenemy, and he encouraged the guy to get stronger, this time round Goku sticks his foot so firmly in his mouth that it sounds more like an insult. Certainly he is less nice about it. Piccolo wasn't even worth killing. He needs to get way stronger so he can put up a better challenge next time. After a pause, Kami perhaps thought it was meant as a joke, so he laughed. Maybe he shouldn't have, though, because Piccolo took this as the straight-up insult it sounded like. He turns away and flies off, muttering under his breath that, oh, just you wait, he is now determined to overcome his nemesis at any cost. In the years that follow, Goku and Chi-Chi settle down, as best a Saiyan can, and their son, Son Gohan, is born. When Raditz shows up, right on schedule, Piccolo is shocked out of his training regime. How could he not have sensed someone this powerful before? Raditz, of course, gets distracted by a shiny new power, and Piccolo follows, interested to see what this guy was chasing, even if he is slightly afraid of it all. He watches, smiling to himself, when he sees this Raditz guy sucker punch his own nemesis, Goku, and take off with his brat. He chooses to accompany Goku to meet Raditz, and the battle plays out almost as normal, but his motives here are twofold. Eliminate this new threat, and use Goku to do it. This Piccolo has murder on his mind, and is happy to kill these two birds, or Saiyans, with one stone, or Makan Kosopo in this case. The deed done, he takes the brat as his prize. While he knows Goku will come back, courtesy of the Dragon Balls, he will have his revenge. Oh, how delicious will it be to turn the man's own son against him. They still need to work hard, though, if they have any chance to overcome those other Saiyans that are coming, so we get a very different version of that training montage here, and certainly no filler where Gohan goes gallivanting around the world, learning to survive and making friends. This incarnation of Piccolo is on the boy's case almost constantly, working hard to motivate the timid little boy while stripping his mind down bit by bit. 9 months in, he has a decent approximation of his goal, a loyal and vicious killing machine with truly epic anger management issues. One such rage occurs the night of a full moon, and Gohan, in a rage-boosted, pre-Ozaru form, smashes Piccolo through a mountain, knocking him out. When he wakes up the next day, he finds the boy naked and unconscious amid the ruins of a small village. Piccolo looks down at the brat and his tail, and can't quite decide. It's the ultimate trump card. If only it was controllable. When Raditz's pod activates its Bloodwave generator projection and Gohan goes ape again, Piccolo is a bit more prepared and keeps his distance to watch the mayhem unfold. He quickly comes to the same conclusion he should have originally, and severs the tail. When Nappa and Vegeta arrive, they blow some stuff up, then head off to meet with the waiting Z-Fighters. Piccolo and his growling little minion are there as well, but not out in the open. Much to the little man's consternation, he instructs his ward to stay back with him to see how things play out. Yamcha, of course, gets Yamcha'd, Chaozu Chaozus himself, and Tien Kiko kills himself. With no one left to play with, Nappa then turns his attention to Krillin. Well, this isn't looking so good. Piccolo had been hoping that at least that Nappa guy would fall to the humans, but no such luck. He wonders for a moment when Goku will show up, but stops mid-thought when he senses him approaching. Goku arrives on the scene to see Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin on the ground. There is no trace of Chaozu or his son, save for a massive scorch mark. Enraged by the thought that they'd killed his friends and son, Goku absolutely wrecks Nappa. Yeah, no, he straight up kills the man. He'd killed everyone after all, hadn't he? All while that Vegeta guy watched. Goku vs. Vegeta goes down pretty much as normal, right up to the point where Goku tries to spirit bomb Vegeta. Yajirobe had still showed up out of the shadows to cut Vegeta's tail off, but all that life energy is wasted as the battered and broken Goku has no one to pass it on to. With no one else there to take the hits, Yajirobe didn't exactly stick around to see what else he could do. Besides, his somewhat selfish soul might just trigger the glowy thing anyway, right? As the now normal-sized but still quite haggard Vegeta lords over Goku with a vicious smile on his face, the Makan Kosopo strikes home, piercing through the prince's chest. Piccolo then appears from his shadow of choice with his shaggy-haired and gruff little minion, who is now called Nokan. That's a kind of Japanese flute, if you're wondering. He walks up to Goku and laughs. He'd told the man he'd be the end of him. "Now come, Nokan. Please your master and kill this man," Piccolo says to the boy. The boy approaches with a grin and starts to charge an energy ball in his hands. "Oh, hey, son," Goku says weakly. Nokan stops, relinquishing the energy, and stares down at the man. He then looks up at his master, then back down at Goku again, the will to kill evaporating in his confusion. Before he can say anything to either beg forgiveness from his master Piccolo, or to engage with the man he thinks he might just recognize, Piccolo slaps him clean through a mountain, knocking him out. His master Piccolo is then left to kill Goku himself, so he does. He floats off to collect his sorry excuse of a minion, and then flies off with him, laughing. When Chi-Chi and Bulma arrive, they are met with a grim scene. The two Saiyans are dead, the bodies of Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin too, while Goku, Gohan, and Chiaotzu are missing. With all the carnage and craters, Chi-Chi breaks down to cry for her dead husband and son. With the Earth's Dragon Balls only just starting their 1-year reset, Chi-Chi is motivational, to the point of distracting Bulma as she tries to fix the ancient Namekian ship they get shown. Eventually, Bulma yells at her, "For God's sake, just let me work! Besides, if you're coming with us, you'll need to do some of that training or something, won't you?" Chi-Chi can only think of one person who could possibly train her, so stepping outside, she calls out, "Flying Nimbus!" And, to no one's shock, because she can ride the thing, she flies off to Master Roshi's to demand he train her as much as possible while they wait for Bulma to complete their ship. When Bulma announces that the repairs are complete, Chi-Chi shows up with the old master in tow. How did she convince him to come along? Being trapped in a spaceship with two pretty women isn't motivation enough? How about the fate of the world, then? With Goku dead, what happens when more aliens come knocking? Roshi is suitably swayed by both of these arguments, so calling upon the now masterless Puar, and also bringing that little cloud that Chi-Chi has actually always been able to ride, they depart for Namek, just about on time. Yeah, I'm sure the Nimbus is cool sitting on the ship for 5 weeks. They manage to breeze through the rebel ship problem, with Chi-Chi pulling her motherly glare at the almost childlike crew, and then Master Roshi, sensing something is amiss, pulls his mind-reading trick with the fake Namekians, so that's dealt with pretty quickly too. Under Chi-Chi's motivation, they have spent most of the rest of their trip running through what paces they can in the tiny ship. And let's not forget the image training, with Master Roshi's ability to read minds helping to accelerate things. Puar, for one, is coming along pretty nicely, being able to turn into a wide variety of helpful forms. Once they reach Namek, the ship is still blown up when they are accosted by the two Frieza Force soldiers. Chi-Chi and Roshi may be strong by human standards, but they are no match for the two brutes, so they abandon what remains of their ship and try to hide while Puar transforms into a massive tentacled beast to scare their pursuers away. They still reach Dende's village, but they are nowhere near strong enough to do anything, and Master Roshi has to physically restrain Chi-Chi from diving in to save the children. Unfortunately, Dende, along with his entire village, are killed. They creep away and regroup with Bulma and Puar. Well, there is a lone Dragon Ball off in that direction, so maybe they can beat those nasty people there? The Nimbus is pretty fast, even with Master Roshi, sort of clutching at Chi-Chi to stay aboard. I'll bet he enjoyed that part. Amazed by the cloud, but sombered by the news of their not-so-neighboring village, their elder instructs one of them to take these two to Guru. Hopefully he can help. They give them the Dragon Ball for safekeeping and agree to abandon their village and hide. Once at Guru, they relay their story and what they saw at Elder Mori's village. Guru is saddened, Nail is furious, and potentials get unlocked. Chi-Chi's power is more impressive than Master Roshi's, but Guru senses some of the abilities Master Roshi has that Chi-Chi, not to mention the Namekians, do not have. He asks Master Roshi if he can share his mind with him, Nail, and Chi-Chi as a way to further increase their chances. So, Max Power Mode Nail? Oh, hell yeah. Max Power Mode Chi-Chi? I guess. They're certainly going to need it. They also pick up some of Nail's techniques, if none of his raw power. Unfortunately, their little excursion has not gone unnoticed, and Dodoria and Zarbon intercept them as they make their way back to Bulma and Puar. Oh yeah, and those 2 Dragon Balls if you don't mind. They resist, of course, and Roshi has to go max power. Amused by this, Zarbon says that he can do that too, and he gleefully kills the old man. Now relieved of the Dragon Balls and Master Roshi, Chi-Chi returns alone to Bulma. She's just done. She's lost all hope. Bulma does have good news, though. Her dad has finished that new ship, and it should be landing shortly, having traveled all the way here on autopilot. As they locate their new ship, Frieza has the revelation that the Dragon Balls need a password of some sort, and so he heads off to kill a buffed-up Nail. With the Ginyu Force guarding the ship and the balls, the girls and the Hovercat just can't see a way out of this. When the Namekians then refuse to give Frieza the password, and then Guru just up and dies for good measure, Frieza has had enough of this fool's errand. As the planet quakes, Bulma hits the launch button. Back on Earth, Chi-Chi slowly resigns herself to being unable to wish back Goku and that Chaozu guy. When a year rolls past, they summon Shenron and wish for everyone killed by those Saiyans to be brought back. Tien and Yamcha come back, but there's no sign of Gohan. Before Shenron can depart, Chi-Chi demands to know where her son is. Angered by her tone, Shenron says that he's not dead, and then pieces out. He's not dead? What? What do you mean he's not dead? Where is he? Chi-Chi screams at the still brightening sky. Where's my baby? Another year passes without any sign of Frieza, because, that whole thing never happened. And Earth is pretty low on the real estate listings at the moment. Also, because we don't do that here on this channel, there is no future Trunks to be seen this time around. They summon Shenron again, and Chi-Chi wishes for her son Gohan to be brought to her. Nokan looks about in surprise and fear. If Master Piccolo finds him gone from the training arena, he'll be most displeased. Who are these people? He stares daggers at everyone, but pauses for a moment at the blubbering Chi-Chi as she staggers towards him. Before she can reach him, though, he shakes his head and blasts off, desperate to get back lest he incur his master's wrath. The next year they try again, but with almost the same results. This time he departs with an angry energy blast for good measure. As they wait for the balls to reset a third time, first Yamcha and then the already slightly broken-spirited Tien disappear while searching for the boy using more traditional methods. They had of course found their quarry, but between Piccolo and the vicious little Nokan, well, they lacked the power to really do anything. As Piccolo moves to take over the world with the growing number of disciples at his side, the artificial humans, 17 and 18, attack near South City. There is, by now, no one left to face them. Son Goku is long dead, as is Vegeta, and the Z-Fighters? Well, they're just a memory to those left in this dimension. Seeing the resurrected King Piccolo's announcement in the broken window of a half-collapsed tech shop, the two machines glance at each other and smile. Oh, well, this could be fun. So they fly off to face the would-be king and his guard. They find the man easily enough, since Piccolo had no interest in hiding from this world of weaklings, and I'd be lying if I said the battle was glorious. The frontline minions are quickly dispatched. Even Piccolo's principal disciple, the still little Nokan, while incredibly powerful in his own right, is absolutely no match for them. Like a piece of trash, he is tossed away. The mighty King Piccolo is caught for a moment by the ease with which his prized minion was brushed aside. He'd never have mentioned it to the boy, but if they could do that to little Nokan, then what chance did he stand? If Nokan was barely a bug on their windscreen, what was he? A fleck of dirt? All those hours training with his powerful little disciple had done absolutely nothing to prepare him for this. They were relentless and brutal, just like he had been to the boy. As Piccolo feels the machine's hand pushing in through his chest, he looks over at the crumpled remains of his protege. The boy isn't dead after all. He is lying there, staring back at the scene before him with a malicious sneer on his face, his eyes wide with excitement. When the two artificial people fly off to wreak havoc somewhere else, Nokan eventually gets up and hobbles over to the dying Piccolo. He raises his hand and smiles as the energy ball grows in intensity. And as Piccolo's vision fades to white, we will bring Part 1 to a close. The Z-Fighters have all met premature ends due to the machinations of King Piccolo. The innocent little Gohan has been broken down and turned into an altogether different kind of beast. While his power has grown significantly, and his rage boosts are more potent than ever, none of it was enough to handle Dr. Gero's artificial humans, 17 and 18. What fate awaits the rest of the Dragon World, caught between these two machines and the loose cannon of a Saiyan hybrid? Find out next time on What If Piccolo Stayed Evil.